here we are. Um, we're a little late today, but we have captions now, so you can try that out if you want. All right. I have my tea. I have my music for me. You can put on your music for you. I have my trusty Pinterest off to the side, so I can do my little warm-ups. Which I think we'll just do that. And then what it says on the tin, I'd like to do a background today. Right. But for now, oh, that's fun. I see, I see. For now, let's just draw. All right. Still just chasing a mannequin that I like. That can take forever, man. I don't think I'm a simple box on egg of ribcage type of guy. Like a little too crude, I think. Then there's my default. Ribcage with clavicles and orbs. Which just kind of feels a little bit, I don't know, it feels a little bit loose maybe. Also, holy shit. Rotation of that ribcage is completely wrong. I'll figure it out one day. I'm still kind of partial to this one. Um, why? The rib cage is kind of enough of an indicator that you do get a bit of, well, you do get an indicator of the rotation. It's organic enough to me that it easily, or it leads into like an organic drawing quite well. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe one day I'll find a better one. About there. Me and the big arms I like to draw. Alrighty. Oh, we got some chats. I think your system might be lying. Yeah, doesn't seem likely. Happy you like the drawings. What exactly do you practice? Um, so this is actually good because you kind of called me out a bit. I'm not really practicing anything specific right now other than just warming up. Just drawing. Don't have like a particular focus right now other than just, getting the drawing juices flowing. Oh wow. These legs are way more out of balance in the reference. It's pretty wild. Often I'll have like a particular thing that I'm studying, working on, even for the warm-ups, but right now it is just I'm just drawing off reference. Essentially just trying to get into the mood, into like the mind space of drawing. That's a really big hand. His arm still feels a little big. I'm actually a little bit unsure of what's going on with her hand in this reference. All right. And another one. Here we go. This one's doing a flip. Feels like a slightly long torso, that one. Hey, saw your works on Instagram. Wanted to stop by and say hi. Notorious Oza, hey, how you doing? Glad you like the shorts. I try to do my best to explain how and why we artists do things. How and why. I think that's like the biggest thing for me is I always felt like knowing the why of things really helps me understand and remember how to draw things. It's that classic about, oh, you know, do warm light, cool shadows always paint warm light, cool shadows? But it's so much more helpful to me to say, well, typically, if you're doing like a daylight environment, paint warm light and cool shadows because the sky dome is cool and will illuminate top facing shadows while the sunlight will be warm. How long does one warm up drawing take? Well, that's the thing. I don't really time them. Um, this is like a personal preference thing. When I time my art, it tends to feel like I'm rushing. So instead, they take how long it takes me to solve the problem that I'm trying to solve. So if I'm doing a very like gesture or shape based warm up drawing, it'll be quite quick, right? We can try doing that right now for this one. Try to do like a more of like a gesture. But if I want to do more construction, if I want to do more form in the drawing, it'll just take longer. So it just depends on what problem am I trying to solve with this particular drawing. You like to know the why when artists do something. Yeah, it's nice. It helps, but you can't really stay. That's fair. That's fair. Get some C's. Sleep is important for doing good art as well. Honestly, sleep is more important for doing good art than more important than knowing the why of things. So here was like a more gestural warm up, right? And while it didn't take like 30 seconds or anything, it was quicker than the other ones I've been doing. Just depends on what I'm trying to do with the drawing. And these days, what I've enjoyed doing, even for the warm-ups, is to try to do a drawing that I would be comfortable returning to and then finishing as like a good drawing, quote unquote. Which means I'm trying to be accurate with the marks that I'm putting down. This guy draws? What the hell? I thought he was just like a goofball online delinquent type of waste your time, hang around, do bad jokes. Hey Alan, how you doing? Hiya, seconding the shorts appreciation. I'm trying to make them beginner friendly. I do think that I use a bunch of specific confusing terminology. I just also try to explain it when I do. Though sometimes I think it does get away from me a bit. Do I think gesture drawing is helpful? Yeah, hella. Do you want to learn to draw gestures? Then I would suggest you draw gestures. You want to learn to draw people? I draw gestures for sure. But not the 30-second ones. I don't know. It's probably good. Spend some time doing it. It's not really for me. And it's not the fact that it's not that I don't like to draw things quickly. It's that as soon as it gets timed, I feel like I'm rushing, even if I'm trying to do like a gestural thing. Like I can see the benefit in going, oh, for this one, I'll just do like lines of action. I'll just do like force, impact, direction. And then move on. But no, I don't like timing them. For me, I feel rushed. Skrrr! Oh, been a while. Been a while. Since we've had a good skrrr. Learning anatomy is boring and gesture drawings seem more fun. They're just two skills, fundamental skills that you need if you want to draw people well. So yeah, you're gonna have to do both. You're gonna have to do both. Sometimes people sell gesture as the foundational skill and anatomy as like something you build on top of that. I don't know where I stand on that yet. It's definitely gesture is like the first thing you do when you draw something. You kind of capture or draw the gesture, but it's like a pretty advanced skill. Anatomy is the most overrated fundamental art skill. I mean, probably. I like it. So you're dogging on one of my favorites, but in terms of like doing a job, generating value with your drawings, drawing something passable, drawing something that you can sell. No, anatomy is not the most necessary fundamental. But also, I think you might be misrepresenting it a little bit in your head, because even stuff like, oh, I'm drawing a leg. What's the gesture of the leg, right? Oh, you can do this, boom, boom. Like, this is anatomy. It's just less specific anatomy. It's more general anatomy, right? But it's completely necessary to understand the gesture of a leg. You think the fundamental idea would be opposing curves? Well, sure, man, but you can't just do any opposing curves. Okay, let me draw a leg with opposing curves. Let me draw another leg with opposing curves. This is not, that's not a human being, you know? You need both. Sure, if we're gonna sit here and pretend like this is only gesture, and like only this would be anatomy. It's only when you do this that it's anatomy. Then sure, a gesture is just superior to anatomy. But all I'm saying is they play into each other. This is my prerogative. I'm the streamer. I can strawman. It's just less important. Yeah, I mean, I'm being really what's that called? Stuck up, nitpicky, persnickety. I just think what's most important depends on your goals with the piece. But generally, gesture for most people is more important than anatomy. You thought gesture drawings are for those who mastered anatomy and easily can draw more simple versions of the body using their knowledge. So if you ask me, I think that's part of really good gesture drawing, yes. But there's also parts of gesture drawing that you can learn to do without knowledge of anatomy. And certainly without detailed knowledge of anatomy. Like Alwyn says, if I had a reference of this, of like a woman sitting down and bending her back, stretching her arms or whatever. That's what I'm drawing right now. If I had that reference, even without knowing anatomy very well, I could look at that and go like, oh, there is this nice pleasing sense of opposing curves. There's a pinch and a stretch. And that's like a general gestural idea that people talk about as gesture that doesn't really have anything to do with anatomy and that you can learn to apply without detailed anatomy knowledge. I kind of think of it a little bit like color and value, where they're related, they influence each other. If you had to pick one, you'd pick value, you'd pick gesture over anatomy. If you had to say one comes before the other or one is more fundamental. But I think there's something to be gained from treating them as interrelated and recognizing that they both have importance. And I don't fully disagree with your take, Alwyn. I just wince a little bit whenever somebody goes, well, this is just flat out more important than that. Or this just flat out comes before that. What was I doing? I had an actual reference pose. Now that one's bait, I realize. Screw. What are we doing? Not drawing the reference, that's for sure. Let's try. Let's just try that one again. Something about the balance that I didn't get right. It's getting hot. Give me a second. All right, we tried. It's definitely better than the first go. Alrighty. I think that's a warm up for right now. Cool. Now let's get started on that background I've been talking about. So we have this character. The character's pretty done. The character's pretty done. But do I think perspective is important when drawing people? Yep. Yeah. Very. Highly. One of the most important things when drawing people, for sure. Okay, so this character right here is like the bratty heir of a sci-fi empire. I think that's the quick description. And so I was thinking maybe we could draw her in like a walk-in closet, in like a sci-fi walk-in closet. And then I thought, well, I didn't think a lot. I saw this like a year back or something, and I saved this. This is by an artist called Dora, just Dora, on ArtStation. It's I really like this image. So I think we're gonna just like steal it. We're just gonna steal that image. And then essentially, I think this could be like a solid sort of walk-in closet. This sort of a vibe. This like hall of mirrors with like all the spines all around, you know? I think that could be like a solid bet for how her walk-in closet might look. So let's just go. Yeah, let's do that. Because essentially, I mean, it's no secret, I'm trying to get into like card illustration. I'd like to make this look a little bit more like a card illustration and a little bit less like just a character in a void. And I think just adding a little bit of a background is a good solve for that. Yes, yes, I do believe so. The Marvel Snap cards generally start square and then they're cropped when you put the art in the frame. So I thought we might just do something like that. So let's get a new file that's square. Then let's grab her layer stack out of this file, put it in this other file. Oh my god, okay. Put her in the middle of the frame. Cool. Thanks for the follow. However, should I try to pronounce this? Pioneer Subsidia is wrong. That's not the right one. That's not the one I should have gone for. But thanks for following. Grab that reference. Grab this reference. Grab that reference. So we're going for Y3K Hall of Mirrors. And essentially, I just want to figure it out in 2D. Then we'll do some of the stuff in 3D. Those are Ukrainian words. I see, I see. Well, welcome to the stream. So essentially what I think I want is like a I don't know exactly. I want it to be a little bit disorganized. I want like a big, medium, small sense to the mirrors that I'm using. And I don't know why she'd need this, right? But the idea is, oh, she steps into her hole of mirrors and then she can see herself from every angle. So she knows she looks good before she goes outside. Yeah, we're mainly going to see the back in those mirrors. I wonder if we need like a third one. Like your bedroom, you have a lot of mirrors? I have this one right next to my workstation, and then I have a big one perpendicular to it. Cool. That's a start. That could be sick, couldn't it? That she has like a turntable, like a Lamborghini turntable that she stands on to preview her outfit. Um, and now I don't draw many self portraits. It's mainly for yeah, it's for like quick expression and hand reference. Um, if I'm struggling with a hand, I'll just do it in the mirror. If I'm struggling with an expression, I'll just do it in the mirror, and then I'll, you know, apply what I learned from doing that. Okay, now all we got to do is plan out like the spiny bits. And you might ask, so why aren't the mirrors like straight up and down so you could actually like use them and they would make sense? And you know, the answer is like the positrons, neon flux, and with the Aries convergence. So that's the you know how it be. Uh, yeah, sure, sure. Oh, let's just group them. Something like that. And then we want to get rid of the ones in front. Oh, right. No, the dog is definitely... Dude, the dog might be like lobotomized or something. I don't think they treat that dog very well. It's real. The dog's really more there for like the fashion statement and or scare tactics. Like I don't think she's a dog person. No, we're good. We're good, right? Yeah. We're all good. And then, no, and then. We get rid of that. We grab this. Why did I duplicate that? So, okay, so you two were friends. And you are friends. And you are friends. Great, awesome. What was the point? Right, I wanted to just make the spacing seem a little bit more consistent. Like that. Probably we put some of the spiny shit in the foreground too. Maybe on the other side. I think it needs a little bit more. Right. And then, you know, seeing? What would we be seeing? Not from the back, but more from this side. And more from above, a little bit more from above. Let's try that as a plan. Let's try that as a plan. Oh, I ran out of music. Give me a second. Can't have that. All right. Honestly, nah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's go in Blender. I wonder, do I have that turned on right now? Let's get rid of everything. And let's get y'all to see the Blender window. Yeah, it's pretty good. Cool. There's Blender for you guys. Now let's grasp at straws. Let's frantically try to figure out this piece of software for an hour and a half. I'm gonna mute, lower the table, and lock in.